Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my weekly CTF. Honestly, it has been not a thing, but I just decided I'm gonna do a weekly CTF. At least gonna do some web stuff to sharpen my skills and just have fun. So today we're doing the BITSCTF, and we're doing the second one from the web called Elysia's Bakery. So I'm not sure how many people have experience with ElysiaJS. It's a framework that people use. So I think it's combined TypeScript too, so make it faster and better. Honestly, I never used it, but it's more about vulnerability finding and learning new things. So I downloaded the source file, and it's pretty interesting actually. From beginning, it just importing stuff and kind of set up the user and have their admin. And I tried this; it doesn't work. It's just a placeholder. I got a little bit excited. Then from this, this is the um, application, so you can log into a person. It doesn't really matter what it is, but they don't allow you to register as admin. But whatever you want to register, it works. And what it does is it gives you a key right here. There's a cookie right here, and whenever this value, right, the session value, match up with the admin, then you become admin. You can do admin stuff. So, however, there is a trick right here where we can exploit later, and I've been researching a lot for the new articles, and one of them help a lot, and we'll jump into that. Then they just kind of you can post your login, and this is logout, right? And you can put your notes right here, which is right here. It generates a random um, flag. Sorry, a random character right here as a file name. Then you can get the notes, and you can get the notes by using the ID. Then you can delete notes, and this is where I find interesting because finally you can actually get input something, and this is endpoint called admin/list. So in order to do that, you have to have the admin flag, or sorry, admin um, cookie session. So we have to do that. If not, I would just say forbidden, right? But we'll get into that later. So seems like a two-step challenge. Then right here we have a little OS injection or a jailbreak, I would say, and not really jailbreak, but this is a little bit trouble to have a look into it, and it's since we're using ElysiaJS, ElysiaJS, this is using bun, and it's called bun shell, and it's quite interesting to break out. I have tried a lot of traditional one, it wouldn't work out, but we'll show later. So okay, let's jump into the vulnerability that I found right here, which is how to get a secret key or how to bypass a secret key to be an admin. And here we go. This is the blog that posted not too long ago. Devanish. Sorry if I butchered the name. It's pretty recent actually. So I went through this real quick. The lore is they found a React vulnerabilities in Elysia especially. It doesn't check for cookie signing. So the vulnerable code is right here. So the variable they've been setting in the very beginning, the function is true, and this decode just means is this cookie true? Like when you check the cookie, is this value to true, which means correct, and they said it's correct, and they went down and how to generate the cookie, and in the end, they check if the cookie is right or not. Well, if this is true all the time, there's no need to check, right? So it's always true. So it kind of just never get triggered because this is always true. And you guys can read this later. I'll put this in the description. It's kind of helpful. It's kind of cool to actually discover this, and it's a pretty serious issue. So knowing that, right, then we come back for our own cookies right here. If it doesn't really check this, right, how do we make this to admin? So, well, I think one of the things that really help is actually shows what cookie that is. I don't have a lot of experience with their session like that, so I don't know. Do they always put their user in the front, or it's just in this case where it's just a bunch of random code and you don't know what it is, or at base64 you have to decode stuff. I'm not sure, but well, it's helpful for us to have a identifier to know what this is. So if we know, if they don't even check this, whatever we input is true, so we can just turn it into admin, and we can say something, say hello. Would it change anything? Oh. Well, we'll see on the burp side. I'll make sure we're not running out of time. And we're good. So we can go to our burp right here. It will show us what we did. No, that's instance. Right here. Right. We can put it on the repeater. We'll do this to admin. So we don't know if we are admin or not. So we can check. I believe this is list. Let's check here one more time. So in here, yeah, so we get to input the value of folder right here, right? Okay, insert that, send that. ls is not directory. So yeah, it is checking. We can get rid of, we can do one, right? Which is the original user we registered before, and it's not authorized. So it does work, and this is unfortunately a huge vulnerability, and good stuff they can find out. Folder, hello. So as I mentioned in here, it is taking our input, which is the folder, right? Probably slash home, whatever, and to check what's in there, and dot quiet, and this is meaning it take that literate, and if you put encoding, it wouldn't read. It just take whatever you put in there. So our job is break out that ls right here. So how do we use ls to either get a reverse shell or at least read the flag? And that is the challenge right here. And have done some traditional escape, something like this. We'll break out a new line, say cat or say ID. It wouldn't really work as well. Or you can do to ampersand, right? Just meaning we're also gonna do ID, right? It just take that very literate, so I can do ID right here with a variable. Yeah, it's not well taken. So I look something up because this has to do with a particular framework, so which is using bun and bun shell, and this is I guess someone did it before. Using BITSCTF, and I find this quite interesting because actually we're in the same situation. It's checking for ls, and it's looking using text to make sure it's literate. And what this guy found out is actually using the object with the raw key variable. So this takes that in as an object instead of literal strings. So in that case, it's a lot more easier than what we have to deal with right here. So we can try this. Instead of that, we'll give it here. Let's see if it reads at all. Bad request. Do we need to quote this as well? Maybe we don't need this. Let's try. Whoops, what did I do? Get rid of the key on each and just this. Alright, invalid object. You might need to call. Let me just type this out myself. This is raw. And we can put a variable in here, just a basic injections. We'll do ID. Alright, so it does shows up. We're root. So now we have way in seeing this. We can do ls right here. Actually, we should do ls using that, but we can see. Okay. So pwd, just see where we're at. Oh. Right, slash, just see the home directory, maybe it's in there. Ooh. Let's slash. Take that well. Okay. I guess seeing a flag right here. Flag.txt. Okay, so it is in the basic directory. So we can cat this just using that flag.txt. So there you go. There you have the flag right here, and it's quite interesting. I spent a lot of time researching this, find out this cool vulnerability and how to get out from this specific framework. It's actually pretty nice. I think it shares some idea. You know, if you can't use literal string, you will find a different way, a different function, or turn into object, so it can like authenticate that instead of using literal string. But this is a cool CTF, even though it's not too much work. Well, it 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 is a lot of time consuming actually for me to look up everything, because recently they had different vulnerability for this framework. But yeah, everything was really cool. If you can think of anything else how to do this, or you know a different way to escape this, please let me know. Appreciate it for watching, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.